Brian, my brother, who was still living at home, saw how down I was, and he said he'd find me a job. He picked up the Evening Standard and opened it at the jobs vacant section. He said, "Here you go, here's a job in a nice warm office." The advert said, "Office boy wanted, NEMS Enterprises." Brian explained it was owned by Brian Epstein, the Beatles manager, and was the office that looked after all his artists. I phoned, put my best suit and tie, well, my only suit and tie, and went for an interview with Peter Brown, then office manager. A week later, I got a letter offering me the job. I started working on the 24th of January, 1966. I was 15. Mr. Epstein planned a party one weekend at his house in Sussex, and Peter asked if I would help him with the preparations and would I mind standing at the turn-off point on the main road to direct all the partygoers to the house. Of course I obliged. So on the Saturday, I arrived at Chapel Street, and Brian Barrett, Mr. Epstein's chauffeur, drove me down to the house at Kingsley Hill. Mr. Epstein welcomed me, thanked me for helping. After a cup of tea, Brian drove me to the corner of the main road that led to Mr. Epstein's house, and after tying a few balloons to some foliage, bade me farewell and said he would be back in 2 hours. So there I was, standing at the side of the dual carriageway in a suit and tie for 2 hours. Glamorous it wasn't. One fine day, having been buzzed in through the gate, Paul McCartney met me at the door and asked how I was getting back to the office. "My bus," I told him. "Hang on, I'll get my coat and come with you." Blimey, I thought, this is a new one, and we walked to the bus stop. The bus arrived, we got on and went upstairs, me grinning like a Cheshire cat. The conductor walked towards us, and recognising Paul, broke out into a broad smile. I bought 2 tickets and smiled all the way to the office. Sometimes this fetch and carry lark had its upsides. When Neil started to run Apple, Mal took over Neil's old role, and I was brought in to do Mal's job of looking after the band's equipment. The new Beatles album would be known as the White Album. We started recording it at the beginning of May 1968. On my first day, I met Mal at Wigmore Street, and we drove to Abbey Road in his Hummer Super Snipe, a real old beast of an estate car with a 3-gear column shift. The studio was a large 2-storey room with a long staircase on the right against the wall leading up to the control room. The band's gear was kept in the corner where all the mic stands and chairs were stored. I was shown exactly where to place the gear. John on the right, Paul in the middle, and George on the left. Ringo's drum kit would be set up in the sound booth to the left of George.